What if I told you that the next big thing in self-driving technology isn't about the car you drive to work, but the 18-wheeler hauling goods across the country, or even the tractor plowing America's farmlands? That's right. The real revolution in autonomous vehicles could be happening right where you least expect it, and it might just change the way we invest in transportation forever. When most people think about self-driving technology, they picture a sleek Tesla zipping down the freeway, maybe even catching a quick nap behind the wheel. But while self-driving cars have gotten most of the media buzz, the real action is quietly heating up in the world of trucks and tractors. And just like Tesla redefined what a car could be, there are companies poised to do the same for the vehicles that keep our shelves stocked and our crops growing. Let's start with why this matters. The trucking industry is absolutely massive, worth over $800 billion in the US alone. And it's responsible for moving about 70% of all freight in the country. But it's also facing major challenges. There's a chronic shortage of drivers, high fuel and labor costs, and increasingly tight deadlines thanks to the rise of online shopping. Imagine if trucks didn't need drivers at all. Suddenly, companies could run shipments day and night, cut costs dramatically, and make highways safer by reducing accidents caused by human error. On the agricultural side, tractors and heavy equipment are the backbone of modern farming. With the world's population expected to hit nearly 10 billion by 2050, the pressure is on to produce more food with fewer resources. Autonomous tractors can work around the clock, use GPS to plant seeds with pinpoint accuracy, and even detect pests or weeds before they become a problem. That means bigger harvests, less waste, and, crucially for investors, major productivity gains. So who are the key players in this space? When it comes to self-driving trucks, one name that stands out is Aurora Innovation. This company, founded by veterans from Google, Tesla, and Uber's self-driving teams, is building advanced autonomous systems for big rigs. Aurora has partnered with giants like FedEx and Uber Freight, and their technology is already being tested on public roads. Another heavyweight is Too Simple, a company that's been quietly logging millions of miles with its fleet of autonomous trucks, hauling freight for some of the biggest names in logistics. Meanwhile, in the fields, John Deere is making waves with its autonomous tractor technology. Last year, they unveiled a fully autonomous tractor that can be controlled from a smartphone, freeing farmers from hours of repetitive work. Not to be outdone, AGCO and C&H Industrial, two other major names in agricultural equipment, are also investing heavily in self-driving and precision farming tech. Now you might be wondering, why are trucks and tractors moving faster toward autonomy than passenger cars? Well, there are a few reasons. Highways are much simpler environments than city streets. There are fewer pedestrians, bicycles, and unpredictable situations. That makes it easier for computers to navigate safely. Plus, long-haul truck routes are often repetitive, so they're easier to automate. On the farm, fields are private property, so there's less red tape and fewer safety concerns than on public roads. The investment implications are huge. If a company can crack the code on self-driving trucks or tractors, it could dramatically cut costs for logistics and agriculture, two pillars of the global economy. That's why some analysts are calling companies like Aurora and John Deere the Teslas of their respective industries. Just as Tesla's success created a surge of investor interest in electric cars, these companies could be at the forefront of a new wave of innovation and market growth. Let's look at some numbers. The global market for autonomous trucks is expected to reach nearly $2 billion by 2027, up from just $650 million in 2021. For autonomous tractors, the market could hit $4.5 billion by 2026. Those are huge leaps, and they suggest that early investors could see significant upside if these technologies go mainstream. Of course, there are still hurdles. Regulatory approval is a big one, especially for trucks driving on public highways. Safety concerns and public perception are also important. After all, it'll take time for people to get used to the idea of 40-ton vehicles barreling down the interstate with no one in the driver's seat, but the momentum is real. Companies are already running pilot programs, and some autonomous trucks have completed cross-country trips with little to no human intervention. On the farm, adoption could happen even faster. Farmers are under intense pressure to boost efficiency, and autonomous equipment can help them do more with less. Plus, Plus, as labor shortages continue to bite, the appeal of driverless tractors becomes even clearer. So what does this all mean for investors? First, keep an eye on the companies developing the software and sensors that power these vehicles. Just like how Tesla's edge comes from its battery and autopilot technology, the real value here is in the brains of the operation. Also, watch for partnerships between tech firms and established manufacturers. These alliances could signal which companies are likely to pull ahead. It's also worth noting that adoption won't happen overnight. We're likely to see a gradual rollout, starting with limited routes or specific crops, and expanding as the technology proves itself. But history shows that once a breakthrough happens, change can come faster than anyone expects. Remember how quickly smartphones took over once they hit the mainstream? The same could be true here. So whether you're an investor looking for the next big thing, or just curious about how technology is reshaping the world around us, autonomous trucks and tractors are worth watching closely. They may not be as flashy as a self-driving sports car, but they could have an even bigger impact on our daily lives and our portfolios. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts on driverless trucks and tractors, and subscribe for more insights on the future of investing. The road ahead for autonomous vehicles is wide open. Are you ready to see where it leads?